Installing electrical for a window air conditioning unit on a houseboat requires careful consideration of several factors. Firstly, vessel code compliance is paramount. Ensure that the installation complies with the American Boat and Yacht Council Electrical Standard E-11. This standard addresses electrical systems on boats and provides guidelines for safe and reliable installations. Secondly, consider the circuit amperage. Determine the amperage draw of the air conditioning unit and select a circuit breaker accordingly. A dedicated 15 amp or 20 amp circuit should suffice for most window air conditioning units, but it's crucial to check the unit specifications. Thirdly, evaluate the electrical service. Confirm that the existing 30 amp shore power is adequate to support the additional load of the air conditioning unit. If not, upgrade the shore power to a higher amperage capacity to avoid overloading the system. Fourthly, waterproofing is essential. All electrical components must be properly waterproofed to withstand the marine environment. Use marine-grade electrical fittings and connectors that are designed to resist corrosion and water intrusion. Fifthly, wiring protection is important. Protect the wiring from abrasion and moisture by running it through conduit or cable tray. This will help prevent damage to the wiring and ensure a long-lasting and safe installation. Sixthly, grounding is critical. Ensure that the electrical system is properly grounded to prevent electrical shock. Install the grounding wire to the hull of the houseboat to provide a path for fault currents to return to the source. Seventhly, consider the location of the outlet. Install the shore power outlet in a convenient, accessible location. Think about the length of the air conditioning unit's power cord and the proximity to the air conditioning unit to avoid the need for extension cords. Eighthly, polarity and voltage need to be verified. Verify the polarity of the electrical service, the shore power, and ensure that the shore power outlet is connected correctly. Also, confirm that the voltage matches the requirements of the air conditioning unit. Using the incorrect voltage can damage the air conditioning unit or create a fire hazard. Additionally, check for any local regulations or restrictions regarding electrical installations on houseboats. These regulations may vary depending on the location of the houseboat and the local authorities. It is always best to hire a licensed electrician if one is not comfortable performing the installation. A qualified electrician can ensure that the installation is done safely and correctly and that it complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Finally, test the electrical system thoroughly before operating the air conditioning unit. Use a multimeter to check for proper voltage and polarity and to ensure that the grounding system is working correctly. By following these special considerations, one can ensure a safe and reliable electrical installation for a window air conditioning unit on a houseboat. Remember that working with electricity can be dangerous, so always take precautions and consult with a qualified electrician if needed. Always consult the most recent version of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and the American Boat and Yacht Council, or ABYC, standards for all electrical work, in addition to local regulations. When determining the appropriate wire gauge for the new circuit, consult NEC Table 310.16 for allowable ampacities of insulated conductors. Ensure that the wire gauge is sufficient to handle the load of the air conditioning unit plus any additional loads that may be connected to the circuit. When selecting a circuit breaker, choose one that is sized appropriately for the circuit amperage. The circuit breaker should protect the wiring and equipment from overloads and short circuits. Install ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection for all outlets and circuits near water. GFCIs are designed to detect ground faults and interrupt the circuit, preventing electrical shock. When running wiring through conduit or cable tray, use appropriate fittings and connectors to ensure a secure and watertight seal. This will help protect the wiring from moisture and damage. When connecting the grounding wire to the hull of the houseboat, use a marine-grade grounding clamp or lug. This will ensure a reliable connection and prevent corrosion. Label all circuits and outlets clearly. This will help prevent confusion and make it easier to troubleshoot any electrical problems in the future. Keep a record of all electrical work performed on the houseboat, including wiring diagrams and component specifications. This will be helpful for future maintenance and repairs. Regularly inspect the electrical system for any signs of damage or wear. Check wiring, connections, and components for corrosion, cracks, or other defects. Repair or replace any damaged components immediately. Have the electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician periodically. A professional inspection can identify potential problems and ensure that the system is operating safely and efficiently. Consider using a surge protector to protect the air conditioning unit and other electrical equipment from voltage spikes. Surge protectors can help prevent damage from lightning strikes or other electrical surges. When working on the electrical system, always disconnect the shore power cord from the dockside receptacle. This will help prevent electrical shock. Be careful when working around water. Water is a good conductor of electricity, so avoid contact with water when working on the electrical system. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses, when working on the electrical system. This will help protect from electrical shock and other hazards. If one is not comfortable performing electrical work, hire a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the knowledge and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. When selecting an electrician, choose one that is licensed and insured. A licensed electrician has met the requirements of the local authorities and is qualified to perform electrical work. An insured electrician has insurance coverage to protect against liability in case of accidents or injuries. Get a written estimate from the electrician before starting work. The estimate should include the cost of labor, materials, and any other expenses. Review the estimate carefully and make sure that one understands all of the charges. Do not be afraid to ask questions. If one does not understand something, ask the electrician to explain it. It is always better to be safe than sorry when working with electricity. If one is unsure about something, consult with a qualified electrician. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical installations. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so be sure to use the most recent edition. The American Boat and Yacht Council, or ABYC, is a non-profit organization that develops safety standards for boats and yachts. ABYC standards are widely used in the marine industry. Local regulations may also apply to electrical installations on houseboats. Check with the local authorities to determine if there are any specific requirements. Installing electrical for a window air conditioning unit on a houseboat requires careful planning and execution. By following these special considerations, one can ensure a safe and reliable installation. Always prioritize safety when working with electricity. Consider the inrush current of the air conditioning unit when sizing the circuit breaker. The inrush current is the surge of current that occurs when the air conditioning unit starts up. The circuit breaker should be able to handle the inrush current without tripping. Use a time delay fuse or circuit breaker to accommodate the inrush current. Time delay fuses and circuit breakers are designed to allow a brief surge of current without tripping. Consider using a separate grounding electrode for the houseboat. A grounding electrode is a metal rod or plate that is buried in the ground and connected to the grounding system. A separate grounding electrode can provide a more effective ground than relying on the shore power ground. Install a lightning arrestor to protect the electrical system from lightning strikes. Lightning arrestors divert lightning strikes to ground, preventing damage to electrical equipment. Inspect the shore power cord regularly for any signs of damage or wear. Replace the shore power cord if it is damaged. Do not use extension cords to power the air conditioning unit. Extension cords can be a fire hazard. If an extension cord is necessary, use a heavy-duty extension cord that is rated for outdoor use. Keep the electrical system dry. Water can damage electrical components and create a shock hazard. If the electrical system gets wet, dry it out completely before using it. Do not overload the electrical system. Overloading the electrical system can cause a fire. If one is not sure how much power one is using, consult with a qualified electrician. Turn off the air conditioning unit when it is not in use. This will save energy and reduce the risk of fire. Keep the air conditioning unit clean. A dirty air conditioning unit can overheat and cause a fire. Have the air conditioning unit serviced regularly by a qualified technician. A qualified technician can inspect the air conditioning unit for any problems and make any necessary repairs. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for operating and maintaining the air conditioning unit. The manufacturer's instructions will provide important information about how to use the air conditioning unit safely and efficiently. Be aware of the signs of electrical problems. Signs of electrical problems include flickering lights, sparking outlets, and burning smells. If one notices any of these signs, turn off the power and call a qualified electrician. Never try to repair electrical problems by oneself. Electrical problems can be dangerous, and it is best to leave repairs to a qualified electrician. Be careful when working around power lines. Power lines can carry high voltages of electricity, and contact with power lines can be fatal. Stay away from power lines and never touch them. Teach children about electrical safety. Children should be taught about the dangers of electricity and how to avoid electrical shock. Post emergency contact information near the electrical panel. Emergency contact information should include the phone numbers of the local fire department, police department, and a qualified electrician. By following these additional tips, one can help ensure the safety of themselves and others when working with electricity. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician before performing any electrical work. Consider the use of a transfer switch if there is a generator on board. A transfer switch allows one to safely switch between shore power and generator power. Ensure that the transfer switch is properly rated for the load. When installing the shore power inlet, choose a location that is protected from the elements. A covered inlet will help prevent water from entering the electrical system. Use a corrosion inhibitor on all electrical connections. Corrosion inhibitors help prevent corrosion and ensure a good electrical connection. Consider using a smart energy management system. A smart energy management system can help one monitor energy usage and optimize energy consumption. This can help one save money on electricity bills and reduce the risk of overloading the electrical system. When selecting a window air conditioning unit, choose one that is energy efficient. Energy efficient air conditioning units use less electricity and save one money on electricity bills. Look for the Energy Star label when selecting a window air conditioning unit. The Energy Star label indicates that the air conditioning unit meets certain energy efficiency standards. Consider using a programmable thermostat. A programmable thermostat can help one save energy by automatically adjusting the temperature when one is not home. Regularly clean the air filter on the air conditioning unit. A dirty air filter can restrict airflow and reduce the efficiency of the air conditioning unit. Close curtains and blinds during the day to block out sunlight and reduce the need for air conditioning. Use fans to circulate air and improve the efficiency of the air conditioning unit. Consider using a dehumidifier to remove excess moisture from the air. A dehumidifier can help one feel cooler and more comfortable, even at a higher temperature. Caulk and seal any cracks or gaps around windows and doors to prevent air leaks. Air leaks can let in hot air and increase the need for air conditioning. Insulate walls and ceilings to reduce heat transfer. Insulation can help keep the houseboat cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. Plant trees or shrubs around the houseboat to provide shade. Shade can help reduce the amount of sunlight that enters the houseboat and lower the temperature. Consider using reflective window film. Reflective window film can help block out sunlight and reduce heat gain. Use light-colored roofing materials to reflect sunlight. Light-colored roofing materials can help keep the houseboat cooler in the summer. Consider using a cool roof coating. Cool roof coatings are designed to reflect sunlight and reduce heat gain. Install awnings or overhangs to shade windows and doors. Awnings and overhangs can help block out sunlight and reduce heat gain. Consider using a whole house fan. A whole house fan can help circulate air and cool the houseboat at night. Use energy-efficient lighting. Energy-efficient lighting uses less electricity and saves one money on electricity bills. Turn off lights when one leaves a room. Unplug electronic devices when they are not in use. Electronic devices can draw power even when they are turned off. Wash clothes in cold water. Washing clothes in cold water saves energy and reduces the cost of hot water. Air dry clothes whenever possible. Air drying clothes saves energy and reduces the cost of using a dryer. Run the dishwasher only when it is full. Running the dishwasher only when it is full saves water and energy. Take shorter showers. Shorter showers save water and energy. Fix leaky faucets in toilets. Leaky faucets and toilets waste water. Water conservation is important for protecting the environment and saving money. Conserving energy is important for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and saving money. By following these energy and water conservation tips, one can help protect the environment and save money on utility bills.